fight for the common interest of knowing that this program, needs to be vital in these people's lives.
Mm-hmm. So if somebody's out there listening, how can they contact if they want to share something or have something, have you guys come out?
Well, our office is located at 1702 Pine Avenue, and if they have any questions or would like to know more about us, they can reach us at 716-205-8803, extension 5423. And we're open Monday through Friday with our program manager, but we're, for the outreach team, Tuesday through Saturday from 1 to 9. And we're always out. We always in the area. We always out in our target areas. So come on out, and our door is always open.
Mm-hmm. What are those target areas? Talk a little bit about that, Bryant.
Target areas is usually the east side from 19th. Then we have another target area where it's Highland Ave. What else?
At Midtown.
Midtown. I'm still new to
It's all right.
He's from Buffalo,
I'm from
so he's
Buffalo,
learning.
but I'm still
Yeah.
So those are target areas. So we try to come by, pop up on our target areas. Sometimes we do cookouts. We do soup and sandwiches, giveaways. Just constantly just trying to be there, being a present for them, letting them know that we honestly care and we understand, where they at in their situation.
Yeah, talk about, so every month you guys are doing something out in the community. I mean, you're out in the community every day, but a specific event. So talk about, what kind of stuff you like to do, what kind of stuff you've done.
Well, the kind of stuff we have done, like we took kids to a basketball game, Cleveland. We drove to Cleveland, took 4 kids to Cleveland Cavaliers game twice. Yeah. We go to Darien Lake. One of my participants asked me just yesterday. He says, "Can you take us back to Erie County Fair?" Mm-hmm. And what stuck out to me was when we was at Erie County Fair, he didn't want no rides. He wanted to see the animals. Mm-hmm. He said, "I've never saw farm animals." Wow. So that struck me. I was like, wow, we used to go to the zoo. And he said outside of raccoons and possums, he never saw. So the things that we want to do is engage in those kind of activities. Also take them outside of New York State. Mm-hmm. But it's a curve there because we have to watch their behavior. It's like it's still pop off,
Yeah.
So they can get on there and they could be level-headed 1 minute, and somebody could say the wrong thing, and it's we may have to make a U-turn in the middle of the street. So, but we want to take them to different places and expose them to different activities. Even I was talking about trying to get over to Canada. We take them bobsledding.
Yeah.
Okay.
Going down the hill. Let them have some real fun, skiing, going golfing. There are a lot of kids I like golf. Going golfing and things like that. Whitewater rafting, if we can. It's a whole lot. The possibilities is endless. It's just like whether or not we can get approved for it.
Right. Sure.
We took him to the escape room one time.
Yeah.
It's like, 6, 7 of us?
Yeah.
And the lady put us in a room, and we had to figure out how to get out the room with all the clues. So when you put your heads together with these kids, it's funny, because we missed 3 steps and still got out of the room. The lady came in there and was like, "Yo, I don't know how y'all did that." I said, we got 8 people in here.
Yeah.
So it was just to see the smiles on their face to do something and not be angry or not worry about the next dollar or if my ops is over here or, it's just, I love to see the kids smile. So and change the norm of the activities that they're doing on a daily basis. So.
As a follow-up to what she was saying, there was a few Debbie Downers. Like when we first walked in, they're like, "I ain't with this, man. This is corny." And as they saw their friends actually finding one of the little markings on the wall, they was like, "Oh, okay. Well, let me see where you find it at." And all of a sudden, now they're on the wall looking for stuff, keys and stuff like that. And it was interesting, but it was fun at the end.
Yeah, it was very fun.
Team effort.
That's awesome. Antoine, you mentioned earlier there's a gun violence awareness thing you guys are doing here soon?
Yes, it's something. The month of June is Gun Violence Awareness Month. Okay. And it's known throughout our 14 sites that we have. And what we try to do is we try to create an event that's community based as well as participant based, that we try to get the community involved as well as participants, and we give back. You know, last year we did it. We had an amazing time. You know, our site administrator, Eric Bortner, he came out, he seen it, and it was actually, man, it was a great event. We had the bounce houses, we had haircuts, plenty of food. We gave away T-shirts, you know, and we also did a balloon release for those who were no longer with us, and we, you know, just had fun. And then the kids just came out and really got an opportunity to just be themselves.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest thing that we all here at SNUG do, is to let them know that you can be yourself. You don't have to be, you know, that person on the block. You can come here and you can be who you are. You don't have to be nobody else.
Right. And so where and when are you looking to do that?
We'll be doing it June 28th at 11 o'clock. We're going to start to like 11 to 5. So all are welcome. All are welcome to come out and experience this moment of gathering, of just having fun with each other, but also be aware of gun violence, because it's our second leading causing. That's the second leading thing that the cause of death in this country, gun violence.
Right.
So
It's important work for sure. So Antoine, you mentioned 14 locations. Bryant, you mentioned a little bit about SNUG Buffalo. Talk about, like, so this is a New York State thing and how it all works, that you guys are in separate places, but you're working together, I guess. Talk a little bit about how the New York State SNUG program works.
Oh, we all have basically the same morals and principles. We come together once a year in Albany, not once a year, but like almost for like 3 days, and we just you know, learn more about newer things that's going to be happening in SNUG. Sometimes we listen to people that presents to us. So we definitely do basically the same work. And sometimes we visit each other, you know. So if it's a shooting response in Buffalo, we can go down and visit. And we just got this love for each other, you know. And we all go to set training. So with set training is a group of us, and we remember our set training friends, you know. So when I go to these, when I go to Albany to the annual, I get to see my set training brothers. So it's always good to see them, because we was all freshly new to SNUG at one time. So yeah.
Right. That's great. Yeah, so you said SNUG, there's a SNUG Buffalo, right? What else? Are there any other local SNUG?
yeah, we have us, Niagara Falls, Utica, Syracuse, Rochester, Albany, Troy, Poughkeepsie, Binghamton.
I didn't mean to quiz you. I mean, this is
Yeah.
that's pretty good.
Jacobs.
That's a pretty good run. Yeah.
You know,
New York City,
Oh, sure. Right.
Hempstead, Wyandanch,
Yeah.
Yonkers.
Okay.
So we have 14 sites, man.
Okay.
This thing has been growing, and we hope to and wish that from this right here that it could be in every city in America. You know, but
And there's also a social work component to our job too. It wasn't there in 2011.
Okay.
So when I applied to SNUG and just seeing a social work component, traveling, and just all these different things, I'm like, wow. So SNUG has grown tremendously from 2011.
That's great. That's great.
And we all use our 14 sites if we need help on something that CMI can't. You know, we can't get a hold of you guys. We'll call one of our team members. Be like, hey, do you guys do this down there? Or do you guys do, you know what I'm saying? Like, so it really helps to have so many sites, because we're like you said, we're all brothers and sisters. So the information that they give us that they already probably done did that we didn't do, or we did that they didn't do. So, you know, collaboration is really good for us.
So you're in the community building relationships, right? Trying to target those that would be high risk for gun violence and stuff. Now, Greg, you mentioned early on about victim services and stuff. Like if, you know, somebody's shot, you're going out and responding to those?
Yeah, we go out, we respond to them, we go door to door, so to speak.
Okay.
To make sure that the family is okay, also to make sure that there's no retaliation.
Right.
the services that are provided, from the funeral to lost items to, you know, groceries to anything that can be in need of service for the family.
Sometimes paying your medical bills.
Yeah,
Right.
you know,
You know.
those type of things. So OVS services, it covers the full spectrum, you know, of everything. You know, from funeral to paying your bills to groceries to replacing items that you lost from being a victim due to the crime, and also mental health, substance abuse, grief counseling, and any other form of services that are possible that can help. And a senior outreach worker can go a little bit more in depth with it because he had a lot of experience with some of the victims and the families in that area.
Right.
Speaking of, you know, the services that's really came about was the trauma. A lot of us don't know how to handle the trauma, so we act out in various ways. Whether we become angry or we become aggressive, we take it out on people's, you know. And so what we try to do is introduce them to a trauma training, where you know you talk about your experience, share your experience with someone else. Pain shared is pain lessened. And so that's what we try to get them to do, is talk about it before you act on it.
That's awesome.
And we look at them through the trauma lens so we know how to talk to them. Because sometimes it's like, you know, they'll listen to you, but won't listen to me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
You might been through something that they went through. So it's like more credible what you're doing and what happened in your life. And so it helps so you looking through the trauma lens and not just automatically thinking, okay, that's just a bad kid. Never knowing what they're going through or what they've been through in their history. So,
And we also provided counseling for ourselves, free. So if we need to talk to a therapist, we got access to talk to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because this thing can be it can be pretty stressful at times. You know, especially most of us here in the city of Niagara Falls have grown up with a lot of people and know a lot of people, and then when they become victims to gun violence, and then we have to respond to that call, or we have to go in the back and have to do this brief interview of, you know, is there going to be any retaliation? Do you know who did this? You know what I mean? And having to witness, you know, this type of trauma and this type of event. And what we try to do is we try to go in there with an open mind to make sure that they know that we're there to provide the services that they need in order to help them heal.
Right.
Because we're about reducing gun violence and healing communities.
Awesome. Well, thank you so much, guys. I appreciate all the work that you're doing, and we could sit and talk all day about it, I think,
Yeah.
honestly. But if you're interested in getting more information, go to communitymissions.org/SNUG. Make it that easier. Just go to communitymissions.org, and there's information up for you about SNUG. Thanks so much. Until next month, we hope that you stay safe out there and plug into all the different ways that Community Missions is trying to be out there and help the community. Take care.